been to every single Biennale of Sydney. I mean, I am quite advanced in years, so. Well, I grew up in a family that was interested in art, and I just was always interested in it. And the more I learned about it, the more interested I became. Then when I met Harry, of course, he was particularly interested in contemporary art at that time. And we were at the opening in 1973 at the Sydney Opera House. And the Prime Minister of Australia at that time was Gough Whitlam, and he opened it. It was a rather formal affair, I seem to remember. And a beautiful John Coburn poster, and there were 73 artists, some international, some Australian, spread around the Opera House, which, although a magnificent location, was not exactly the ideal location for the Biennale. But it took on a life of its own then. And the next one in 1976 was the first one at the Art Gallery of New South Wales. And there it's been in some form or other, not entirely there, but ever since. Of course, now we've been at Cockatoo, which is heaven. I mean, a very difficult space, but that's what most people associate the Biennale with now, Cockatoo Island. What I really like best is seeing the work and finding out about the artist. What we see in the Biennale is basically fairly new stuff, and it gives a chance for Sydney-siders to see what's internationally in the air. All of a sudden, I realised I could help, and I like helping, and I enjoy the involvement with artists. Supporting them, you meet them, and you feel part of the project. The Leeming work where he did the Guernica in sand was so beautiful, so beautiful. I couldn't bear the thought of him sweeping it away, but that was wonderful too. I would wildly encourage other people to do it because the enjoyment I've gained out of it far exceeds the contribution. I mean, I know the contribution's welcome and well used, but it's wonderful feeling to feel part of it. The Biennale of Sydney is one of the oldest biennales in the world, and it has an international reputation amongst art-savvy people, and I'm sure it will maintain its position, but it's heavily on the calendar.